get a picture of that sunshine coming in. Look at that sunrise. Beautiful, huh? So we'll watch it for a minute. But, Joan Jett, I Love Rock and Roll. That is my song and my lyrics. 100%. And on the thumbnail, we have a picture of Cinnamon. You can say hi to Cinnamon. And I don't see Fluffy anymore out here. Fluffy and Thunderbuck, I don't see them out here no more. Only ones I see out here now is Teddy the Tiger, Black Sabbath, Orange Jay. Here and there I see a possum. We're just watching the beautiful sunrise. I see an orb up there too. Right there I see an orb. But anyway, yeah, so that's Cinnamon. We've got all kinds of different kitties. A lot of the old ones either got hit by a car, put in the shelter, put in someone's house. Sabbath lives inside and outside of my back neighbor, and my back neighbor just donated a bunch of cat food again. So we want to shout out to Ron and Eileen. Thank you. I don't think they watch my channel, but we still can put the vibe out there. They're so awesome to be able to donate the cat food. Okay, that's enough of that. Let's go over here and put you down there, and we'll go ahead and do our cards here. We've got Queen of Pentacle energy. The Queen of Pentacle energy, you have everything you need. It's like the song I Love Rock and Roll, right? I wanted you guys to make a list, and put down everything you love to do. Mine would go listen to music, house, do my videos, read, watch sci-fi, stuff like that, right? Okay, and then I want you guys to start doing it. And I want you to tell me in the comments in the future how it's going for you. I know some of you have done this earlier and things have changed. You know, I've had readings, or not readings, I've had lists that no longer exist. I keep changing, I keep growing. So I no longer want to go horseback riding. I no longer want to go sailing. We'll use that for an example. Well, what changed? Well, when we level up, a lot of times we get rid of stuff that we used to like. So for each of us, it'll be different. Your list from 6 months ago may be totally different than your list from today. But you have everything you need, and I want you to get into your Queen of Pentacles energy, and I want you to start doing the things you love. Now, it's 95 degrees here in the afternoon, so that's when I can read and do my Marvel movies, do my sci-fi movies. In the morning, it's beautiful out here. Now, when I lived in Alabama, we didn't get a break in the weather. It was hot and sticky when I got up in the morning, and I said, this really sucks, because in California, it's really nice out in the morning. So I'm up at 3 in the morning, 4 in the morning, and I get everything done by 10 o'clock in the morning. I make all my appointments for by noon, because at noon on, I am in a whole different zone. I'm in like a house zone where I'm doing movies and music and reading. So to each of us, it's going to be different, but I want you guys to get in your Queen of Pentacles, King of Pentacles, and really start doing like the song says. What do you love to do? I love rock and roll. Okay, you're restless. Page of Swords was next. You're restless. You're curious for truth. You have a thirst for truth. You're learning new things and you're acting like a student, and that's good. I just complimented Chosen 144 because he says that he has like 50 classes on his website and he's just a student sharing his homework. And I thought that was really cool because how many of you are even doing your homework, let alone sharing your homework? And I think that's awesome. He says he's not a master teacher, but in Astro he is. So, okay, so action, truth seeking, Page of Swords, be that student. Communication is coming in quickly, but it's very emotional. And it might have you feeling betrayed. It might have you feeling like grieving. It's a Tower moment. It's sudden, it's unexpected, and it's just going to come on to you like boom. Last night I came out to feed the birds, and the whole area was smoke. And you could really smell it. I mean, I was only out for maybe less than 5 minutes, and I came in the house and could hardly breathe. I think Camp Pendleton was on fire, is what I heard. But I haven't checked into it, but I believe that's what was going on. And we're not close to Camp Pendleton. I don't know. There's Menifee and then Camp Pendleton, and Hemet was full of smoke. So that's how fast it can happen. I just walked out my door and was going to feed the birds, and I couldn't even breathe. So this is going to be emotional. So it says to keep high vibes through it and know that in the end, it's all for a reason. There's unlimited possibilities that are going on right now, and you're just kind of waiting for stuff to happen. It's really a feeling of you're just waiting for that other shoe to drop, right? So you just need to go with it. Opportunities are going to arrive out of whatever happens. So let's say the town was on fire. This town was on fire, and you had to evacuate, and you came back and your house was no longer there. That's going to give you an opportunity to get a new house. But a lot of you won't see it that way. You'll go into this Five of Cups energy, and you'll feel really, really sad, betrayed, disappointed, brokenhearted, and you'll fall into a self-pity. We don't want you to do that. So this is a warning of whatever comes down the pipe, let it come down the pipe, and really stay in that understanding of a new opportunity is arriving. And we have to get rid of the old to get the new. And I keep telling you that, but so many of you are not moving into the new. You're staying in your comfort zone. You like your comfort zone, and you don't want to get the hanged man energy of a new perspective. Some of you have. Some of you have said, oh, hell yeah, I change everything about myself. I can change my clothes, I can change my house, I can change everything. This is great. But a lot of you, the majority of you, even though you're getting an A+, even though you're doing great, you're still too much in your comfort zone of not wanting to leave. Then I also have the energy of somebody like me that's really in this Three of Wands energy. It's an energy of waiting for results. It's the Queen of Swords going, okay, now what? And then it's this waiting for this sudden change to happen so that we can move forward. It's not, I'm sitting here out of comfort, even though it is comfortable. I'm doing it because I'm not going to go buy a new house if that town isn't even going to exist in the future. Things are really happening right now. So a whole city could be gone. A whole career could be gone. So I'm not going to go out and get a new job. I'm not going to go out and get a new house at the moment. okay? We have to wait for that sudden change, that tower moment. That was pretty much the shorts. It didn't, the cards didn't necessarily go this time with the lyrics. The lyrics were more talking about just having fun. And like I said yesterday, a lot of you do want to play the field and have fun and go on dates and do stuff. A lot of us are just, again, waiting for our Hierophant, waiting for our goddess, but we still need to keep high vibed. And the only way we're going to keep high vibed is by doing the things we love. So I love to sit in the sun like this and get the rays. I love it. I'm one of them that don't believe in sunscreen. So even though Steve is against that, he says we should wear sunscreen, I'm going to have to admit that I'm one of them conspiracy theorists and I don't believe in sunscreen, never have. But I was the copper tone baby at one time, and I did wear a lot of sunscreen when I was little. So anyway, I have the courage to declare my truth, okay? That's my inner strength, the strength card. My inner strength is I just tell what I believe, and I don't make you believe what I believe. But I tell you what I believe. I don't just go along to get along. I don't just fake it, okay? Because you can fake it that you make it, but you can't fake it that you made it. And that's where we're at right now. When I said that a lot of you didn't make it, you were saying the right words possibly, and you were looking like you made it, but you didn't make it. And you didn't make it because the proof is in the pudding, and the results are you didn't make it. As in, I got asked yesterday if somebody should stop watching the video because they feel like they didn't make it. That's not for me to judge. That's for you all to figure out whether you want to stay on board and watch these videos or not. I'm not going to tell you what to do. I'm just going to tell you that why would you stay in algebra class when it's a foreign language to you and you cannot pass it? Why would you stay in algebra? You would go back into subtracting and addition, or you would go back into multiplying and dividing. You wouldn't stay in algebra. You're just wasting your time. But who am I to tell you what to do? I'm not. I'm here to read the energy, and the energy is declaring the truth and staying in your strength. So I can agree to disagree. If somebody wants to wear sunscreen out in the sun, let them. I just don't put the chemicals in my body anymore. That's just me, okay? You can do whatever you like. Now we've got the Five of Pentacles in reverse. And again, somebody's not thinking outside the matrix. They have blockages. I'll just put it that way. Health and financially, you're blocked, okay? But the Five of Pentacles in reverse is saying that you can get out of that. You can get out of that by quit feeling left out. And again, that was that self-pity where I said, be careful of self-pity. Very important. That's what's going to bring you down. Yesterday we had that devil came out, and I hope you watched yesterday's video because these all go together. It's like one big soap opera, right? Knight of Cups, we've got a classic romance coming in, and love is the main goal. And your challenge is to keep balanced, the Five of Swords. You don't want to say, okay, now I'm not going to do nothing but concentrate on my Knight of Swords. I'm not going to do anything but concentrate on my Queen of Swords. No, we definitely want to keep balanced. So that person wants to go to the beach with you. That person wears sunscreen and you don't. don't fight over it, and don't get into a big debate about, oh, you should wear sunscreen, and the other person saying, no, I shouldn't. Just let the person be, okay? That's where that Knight of Cups energy comes in, where you're wearing your heart on your sleeve. You're letting them know that your opinion, but you're not making them do it. Knight of Swords with the Knight of Cups, having that truth. That truth is what I was saying, that determination, extremely determined to find out the truth. But your truth might not be their truth. Just like I use Steve as an example. His truth is we should definitely wear sunscreen, and my truth is I'm not putting sunscreen on my body, and I haven't for years, decades, since I was a kid. I have not worn sunscreen. No, I shouldn't say that. I haven't worn sunscreen. I lived in Florida, and I went to the beach a lot, and I used to wear suntan lotion. Hawaiian Tropic was my favorite, the coconut. And I lived on the beach, and I put a lot of oil on my skin. I went and I worked at a tanning salon. I worked as a tanning zone girl, and we used a lot of chemicals. But when I left Florida, I have no longer used chemicals. So again, it's that you can believe what you believe, I'll believe what I believe, and we can somewhere meet in the middle and just be happy and be the Knight of Swords, be the Knight of Cups energy, where you're still expressing your opinion because you don't want to fake it and you don't want to go along to get along. You want to tell the person right out, oh yeah, I don't believe that way. Oh yeah, I do believe that way. It's kind of like music. You know, music is a good one. Someone will say, I love Joan Jett's I Love Rock and Roll, and then another person will not like the song. But they love rock and roll, but they don't like her, and they don't like the way she sings. Okay, now we've got the World card and the Four of Wands, and we get the World card like every single day almost. The World is the most powerful card I can pull from the deck. So you don't want to screw up your mission, and you don't want to screw up your soul tribe and your friends just because they believe a little bit differently than you. Okay, so we want to have this milestone, this gathering of the souls, celebration, marriage, Four of Wands with the World card. We want to keep that. We don't want it to get destroyed because of the fact that you don't believe the way the other person believes. There's too many ways to bake a banana cake. So don't cut the person down for the way they cook. Just let them cook. But if they're not going to get along with you in many different fields, many different categories, well then obviously you probably need to go on to something else and somebody else, because this world mission, that's why I said I don't take people that pull up and ask me out for a date. I just tell them no, I'm taken, I'm not interested. I have a 5D husband, and they'll look at you like, well, you're really weird, and it's like, yeah, goodbye. Okay, so this world energy, you want the people that are like you. That's what I'm talking about. I'm not talking about meeting somebody on the street that's a Democrat and a Republican, right? It's not about that. It's about, the greatest example I can say is Steve, because when he talks about sunscreen, that's probably the only thing he's ever talked about that I don't agree with. We like the same music, we talk the same about the cards, everything seems to be the same, but the sunscreen. So why should one thing tear somebody apart because they don't believe in sunscreen and you do? So you get what I'm trying to say here. I'm using him as an example because it's the same with music. Just because you don't like Joan Jett, why should you just say to somebody, screw you? You may not want to take them to that concert, obviously, because they don't like Joan Jett, but you don't have to not talk to them ever again because they don't like your music. So this is a very powerful ending. We don't want to screw up our soul tribe. We don't want to screw up our world mission just because of petty differences. But if there's big differences, yes, okay? The person, you're probably not even going to meet the person. As I said, your spirit team won't even let you meet the person if they're that completely different. It's not going to even happen. So let's not even go there, okay? And the last cards out, we've got the Chariot, the Four of Cups, and the Queen of Wands. So use your creativity. Get out of being bored by what I said, doing the things you love, and do it now. Don't wait. If you have a list of 10 things on your I love to do list, do them. Take the risk is what the Chariot says. Action required is what the Chariot says. And fast incoming. That goes right back to the Tower card, goes right back to courage to declare the truth. And I'm going to probably leave it there. I think you got my gist of this all. It was 2112 on the clock, and I love Rush 2112. You might want to check out their album 2112. I am Miss Mystic. Thank you for listening.